Yo, what's going on guys? Chase the Bro here, and welcome back to another Dark Souls 3 DLC weapon showcase. Today we're going to be looking at the Ring Knight Spear in all its glory. The first thing I want to throw out to you guys is that I'm not a spear user. This is honestly the first spear that I've ever used in PvP. I don't know what it is, I hate fighting against spears. They're kind of my weakness, and I've never taken the time to try and master them, so this is my attempt. The Ring Knight Spear, on the other hand, is not like other spears. I enjoy PvPing with this one, and that's simply because its moveset is not just a poke moveset. Its R2 covers a wide range of area, and you can actually combo really well with this weapon. The weapon art is really what sets the Ring Knight Spear apart from all the other spears. Once you've used the weapon art, it changes the moveset and actually buffs the spear. So at the beginning of every match, I always do my best to open with the weapon art because it's going to buff my weapon, and also it's a pretty decent opening attack. The weapon art allows you to lunge a couple meters across the battlefield at your opponent, and oftentimes you're going to roll catch them if you do this at the end of your 2-hit R1. As well, after the initial L2 attack, you're able to follow it up with a heavy R2, and then follow that one up with a second R2, and that's all one combo. People can roll out of the third hit, but if you connect the initial attack of the weapon art, you're going to hit the R2. As well, this being my first time actually trying to master a spear, I realized the range you get on these weapons is insane. It kind of gives you a pretty decent advantage. I have been told that spears are pretty susceptible to parries, but I find if you're not just spamming R1 with this weapon, it's honestly hard to parry a spear. I mean, I can understand if someone's just sitting in front of you just trying to poke you endlessly, but this weapon, once buffed, its R2s are pretty oddly timed, and I'm not sure if all of them are parryable. I imagine they are. I just never got parried once during all of my duels. As well, I was really enjoying the dodge back running attack option, because with most weapons, I can't use the dodge back option. I always get connected by my opponent's phantom range, but because the spear has such long range, I can use the deep back at the right moment, and I won't get clipped with the phantom range, and my attack is still going to connect. So I can finally see why spears have a certain allure to them, although I'll still never main spears. They're never going to be my favorite weapon. I'm more of a straight sword / ultra great sword kind of guy. Although I really do like the weapon art on this thing. I love charging across the field at people and beginning a combo, especially if you land the whole thing. It's so satisfying. I also PvP a certain way. There are moments where I'm waiting for my opponent to attack, and I'm really good at spacing, so I just wait for the correct moment to begin my attack, and I'll always connect it. But with a spear, it's a little bit easier for me because I can actually stand away from even ultra great swords and still get them. With a straight sword, I have to be a lot more cautious. So I'm definitely loving the range of this thing. As well, once it's buffed, it actually does decent damage. Even its light attacks do around like 200 and something per poke, so if you connect one, you automatically get two, right? So you're doing like 500 damage no matter what. I also like to follow up my 2 light attacks with a heavy attack, because a lot of the times your opponent's going to get aggressive after they've been poked twice, and they're going to roll towards you and get connected by your charged R2. I also find it beneficial to actually finish the entire weapon art combo, because a lot of the times your opponent's going to hang around you looking for an opening, and they're going to walk into one of the R2s. It's happened to me every time I've done this. Spears accent aggressive play pretty amazingly. Because I'm an aggressive player, I often find myself up in my opponent's face constantly, and Spears movesets are really quick, and they connect really well, so it goes really well with my playstyle. Although I have seen people with defensive playstyles that use spears really well as well, because it has a long range, right? So if you're walking back constantly and forcing your opponent to be the aggressive one, they're going to walk into a lot of your light attacks, and it's going to make it a little bit easier for them. But I'm just not a defensive guy, so I could never really master defensive weapons. I always like to be the one to make the first move. So weapons like the Castus and things like that, I'm not the best at wielding. So I'm more of a aggressive type of guy. I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that in my playstyle by now anyway. But I'm sure you've seen enough gameplay from this spear, so I'm going to bring you on over to my stats. Not that they're anything special, but I just want to show you what I'm working with. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have a standard quality build. 40 strength, 40 dex, 40 endurance, and the remainder of my points were all poured into vigor. And I started with the warrior class. I find the warrior class to be the best class for a quality build. The knight works just as well. There's only one difference between the warrior and the knight when you're trying to allocate for a quality build. The knight has 15 vitality and 10 attunement, while the warrior has 6 attunement and 11 vitality, but it frees up 4 points when you're leveling. So I'm able to have 44 vigor instead of 15 vitality, which since the new patch has updated probably isn't as good, honestly. but I'm wearing the life ring and a couple other health boosts, so I like having a huge health pool if I'm just wielding a weapon without mana or spells or anything. That's it for the stats, guys, so I'm going to bring you on over to the equipment. I'm using the Ring Knight Spear, of course, that's the purpose of the video. It has a C scaling in strength and a D scaling in dex, so like I said, it benefits from a quality build. It also has an E scaling in both intelligence and faith, but I don't recommend you pour points into either of those, seeing as they give you no damage returns. I always keep a simple Casus on me because I need to slowly rebuild my mana pool, especially with this build. I have no mana. I'm wearing the Ring Knight set, but I don't have enough vitality to wear it all, so I'm wearing the Desert Pyromancer gloves with the Firelink helm. I'm wearing the Life Ring +3 to boost my huge health pool even further. Again, I'm wearing the Ring of Favor +3 for the same reason, but it also boosts my equipment load and my stamina as a bonus and as my favorite ring. I'm wearing the Leo ring because all of my attacks are thrust attacks pretty much. And I'm wearing the Chloranthy ring +3 to raise my stamina recovery speed because I play aggressively and use my stamina quite often. And that's pretty much it for the build, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this weapon showcase. I know I loved playing this weapon, so I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it as well. If you enjoyed this video, then like the video. It really helps out my channel, guys. It means a lot to me, so thank you in advance if you do like the video. If you're new to my channel, guys, I mostly play Dark Souls 3, but I'm going to be doing live streams of games that are coming out soon because I see a couple games that I think I'm going to love. And if you are subscribed, guys, ring that bell. I release videos daily and you don't want to miss them. As always, thank you for watching. Chase the Bro out.